Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and today's video is going to be a fun little custom project because I have in front of me here some R6 droids from Space Age Design. Now Joshua from Space Age Design asked if I'd like to do a custom using some of his sort of less than perfect droids that he has for sale on his site. So he's very kindly sent me 3 droids. 1 is in pieces and 2 are less than perfect ones, and he thought it would be fun if I made a custom using these and some of his cool sort of custom stickers that he has available. Now these are new stickers that you can use to customize vintage droids or the new R6 droids from Space Age Design, and they have all different designs on them. So today what we're going to do is take these less than perfect R6 droids and customize them, and what I want to do is add some lights inside them so that their little eyes light up. Let's see what we can do. So here we have the R6 droids from Space Age Design. These are all new design droids, so they look sort of like vintage ones, but actually the construction of them is completely different. And luckily Joshua has sent me this one in pieces. So these are the remains of ones that have failed sort of in the production process, and it gives me a great look inside the toy to see how it is constructed and what sort of space we have. Because as I say, I want to add some lights to this and then use the custom stickers to sort of finish it off. So as soon as I got this and I saw what it looked like inside, it gave me an idea of how much space there is and how much space we have to do things. And rather than sort of make electronics myself, I wanted to try and just buy something off the shelf. So I bought a couple of things which have now arrived. The first are these. Now these are tiny little LED lights and they are incredibly cheap. I bought these off eBay. There's 10 of them here and they are really pretty cool. As you can see, they're about 1 centimetre across by 1 centimetre deep. If I remove the little plastic tab and switch one of them on, you just have to twist the bottom of it. You can see it lights up, and this is a colour changing LED, so it will cycle through a series of colours, and it works really well and it is really bright. And I'm thinking that that might be a good way of adding a light inside one of these droids. We can cut out some of these little eye holes, put a bit of resin in there to give it a sort of glassy effect, and then sit that inside somehow or pointing up. So that was my first sort of idea for lights. As I say, these are really cheap. I got 10 of these and they were less than £3, so they're about 30p each, which is just crazy, but they do look like a good option. The other option I have is this. It's a sort of child's toy, or maybe it's a dog toy, not sure. It costs £1.50 from my local corner shop that is just round the corner from me. If I shake it, you'll see it lights up and goes all flashy and sparkly, and the actual electronic bit inside looks really quite small. So this could also be an option to put inside one of these R6 droids. So that is my plan. Not quite sure how I'm going to go about it, but I've got some options. So the first thing I want to do is actually sort of try and break apart one of these more complete droids. I've already had a bit of a go on this one just to see if I can get inside it, and I've managed to get the head to come off, and then we can see the internal sort of mechanisms, or at least the top of them, and that is a piece I have here in the sort of one that I have in pieces, and you can see there's a post going down. So I think I can cut through that post and we'll take the rest of this sort of top section off, because what I want to do is put the electronics and stuff inside this. So I'm going to have a go at breaking apart this other one, and we'll see if we can get inside it. I'm not too worried about the mechanism not working because I've got to hide the electronics somewhere. So if this mechanism doesn't work at the end, that's fine. So let's have a go at breaking the other one apart, and we can then start modifying this by drilling some holes through the little eye slots here so that we can make these light up. After a fair amount of brutality off camera, I've actually managed to get the head off and also get all of the sort of internal parts out of this. So I'm now left with the sort of body of the droid, the head of the droid, and a few bits that I've sort of really cut up and mashed up, which I'm not intending to put back in. So the pieces that I really need are actually this plate here, which is what the head originally attached to. There was a post coming from the bottom of that, which I've cut off. So now we're just left with this plate, and that still fits on the inside of the R6 head there. So that's good because that's a good mounting point. Inside I've managed to get rid of all of the clicker parts and the parts the head attaches to, and that leaves a pretty good sized hole. And it just so happens that these funny little lights that I bought do just happen to fit inside that hole. It's a fairly tight squeeze, but you can see that fits pretty nicely in there, and then I can stick the head over the top of it and the head is glowing. So I can see this working really pretty well. So the next thing I want to do is actually start drilling some holes in these heads. I want to drill out that main eye hole there and possibly those two smaller little holes as well. And then I want to pour some resin in so we end up with a sort of clear eye hole rather than these solid ones at the moment. As you can see on this one though, we are getting quite a lot of light bleed, so I'll probably have to put some paint inside that as well. Let's take a look at the black one, see what that looks like. Oh, the black one is much better. The black one is pretty solid. And actually, having a look at all of these parts, I really like the black head on this white body. And I want to put this blue head on the other sort of two colour part bodies that I've got here to make a real sort of mishmash droid, a sort of toy-polloi, wabby-sabby droid. Yeah, this is all going pretty well so far. I have yet to look at the lights inside here, so I might actually just cut this ball open as well and see what those lights are like. But at the moment, these little 30p lights look like they will work really pretty well. So let's do a little bit more cutting and drilling. I'll drill out these two little eye holes and start drilling that one out, and we'll see what that looks like. But I can see this working already. It's quite nice actually just with the head glowing, but what I really want is just the eyes glowing. So let's do a little bit more work. I've now drilled out those holes, so I drilled out the smaller little eye holes there on the right, just using a 1.5mm drill bit. The larger eye hole I have drilled out with a 3mm drill bit, then I've used my needle file here to sort of carefully enlarge that. I've not gone fully to the edge because I do want to put a bit of resin in there to make a little lens, but at the moment that's looking pretty good. And I thought I would open that other toy as well, and inside that other toy is this, and it's very similar to what's inside this. There are 3 batteries, a little bit of circuit board, and then there is a spring, which is the mechanism that does the switching. It's a spring just above a tiny metal plate there, and when you tap it, that spring bends enough that it makes a contact and the lights light up. There you go, that's it lighting up. And this actually looks even more perfect than those little lights that I bought, because it just about fits inside the head. Now we've got the eye holes cut. You can see that is actually pretty cool. I like that effect, the sort of flashing lights, and it means that you don't have to open the toy to switch the lights on. You'll just be able to tap it and the lights will come on. So I think this might be the one that I end up using. It's inside a little plastic ball, and I'm going to see if I can crack that open and get just the electronics out, and then we can mount that in there. Although it might be quite nice to use part of this ball so that we've got sort of internal workings. But you might not see that once I put the resin in the eye. So next thing to do is to get some UV resin out, and we'll just try and put a little lens on that. But there, already I'm pretty pleased with how that's going. The electronics inside that little ball turned out to be this. So we've got a circuit board with a little spring switch and then 3 batteries. And with a tiny bit of modification, I was able to enlarge the hole on the plate that the head attaches to. And those batteries now sit nice and neatly through that. And this plate fits sort of snugly on the top, and we can then put the head on. So that was a really nice little find. I've also then just modified this flat plate and added a bit of a tube that I just happen to have. I've been working on another project and I bought this tube for it, and it just so happens to fit inside the body of the Astromech droid with a tiny bit of modification. I had to sand it down a little bit. So I've cut a very thin strip of that off, glued it onto the remains of the head plate, and that now fits on there as well. So we can now reattach the head and have it moving. So here's the tiny bit of electronics with the light that fits through the hole. We can take the head, I can put that over the top. We can still turn the head around, and if I tap it, that should activate the spring switch, I hope, And there we go, the lights are working. So this now has everything I want. We've got the lights inside it, and we can still turn the head. And if I want to change the battery, I can just take the head off and we can remove this little piece here and easily get to the batteries. So yeah, that's a pretty good modification. I'm very happy with how that worked. And it was just lucky I happened to find that toy with this little light mechanism inside it. So now that I've got that all working, I'm going to start modifying the other parts that I have here. I'll do the same modifications I've done to this one, to these parts, and we can then paint it up and add some sort of details to it, because at the moment obviously this head is a bit black and a bit plain, and the other one we still got to drill the holes in and put some lights in. And I also want to add some paint to the legs. The legs that Joshua sent with the sort of pieces are both black, and I thought it might be quite nice maybe to paint the feet red or something. So we're going to do a little bit of painting on this figure as well. But yeah, first thing to do is to actually modify all of these parts so that I can put the same pieces of electronics inside this body. I've also got to go down the shop and buy another one of these rubber balls with this little mechanism in, because I only bought one of them just because I wasn't sure what it was like. So I'm going to go and grab another of those. And then yeah, we've got two of these droids modified, and we can just get to painting. As I've been modifying this second one to get it all ready, I realised that those other lights that I bought, these small sort of little 3-cell colour changing lights, just happen to fit inside the tube that I've attached to this sort of the headpiece here. So I actually think I might make two separate versions of this droid, one with that sort of flashing light and one with this sort of colour changing light. As you can see, I can switch this little light on and then just push it into that little tube that I've added to the neck post there. And it fits really snugly, and it will also fit inside the body. This is the body that I've just sort of started modifying the top of just to make that hole a little bit bigger. And I can now slot that in there, and you can see that fits in. And if we take the unmodified head, I can put that on, and you can see it glowing. So let's put the modified head on with these sort of resin lenses and see what that looks like. And that actually looks really nice. It's got a more subtle glow to it. So we've got the flashing lights on that one. We'll have a sort of subtle glow on this one. So I'm actually not going to bother going down the shop and buying a second one of those balls. I quite like this sort of colour changing version. So the second one will have the colour changing light in it. The only thing we're going to have to do on this one is try and stop the light bleed. So I think I'm going to paint the inside of this all black. First though, I need to drill the holes out and put the resin in, and then the black should stop that light bleed, or at least I hope it will. We'll just have to find out as we go. But yeah, I think we're going to use both of those lights. So both of the lights will come in handy, as that one just happens to fit in there. And again, it works really nicely. It's a nice snug little fit. So let's drill these holes out, put the resin in to get the little lenses in, and then we'll start the painting. For the paint, I'm going to try and add a few more sort of toy-polloi colours to the black one, because we've got the sort of black and blue of the body, we've got the white head, we've got black legs, so I'm going to paint the feet on this one red and maybe add some more colours to the panels on the head. I've already done a bit of painting on the head to try and stop the light bleed. I've already painted the inside of that black, but I'll probably put another coat on that so it's nice and thick. On the black head that's going on this one, I think I'll probably just add a few sort of silver panels to it to add a little bit more detail, but not go too sort of crazy with it. So I've got out a few Vallejo paints and some game colour paints, and I'm just going to sort of get painting. These are all matte finish paints, so when I'm done, I will use a Mr. Hobby semi-gloss clear coat to put over the top of it to make it look that sort of nice shiny plasticky look that the original paints would have had. So yeah, let's just get painting and see what works. The figures are now all glued together, all the paint is dry, and as you can see we are ready to put the stickers on. And to do that I've raised their feet above their heads, as I think that will be the easiest way to do it. So we are going to choose a couple of stickers from the R Series Field Refit kit. I'm thinking for the white one with the black head that the red body will look pretty good, and then for the toy-polloi themed one I quite like the orange one at the bottom. So those are the ones I'm going to use. Let's get them stuck on and I'll show you the final figures. And so here we go, here are the finished junk droids, and as you can see they do look really rather nice. I'm really pleased with the paint choices that I've gone for on these. The one on the right does look like a sort of toy-polloi themed droid, and then the one on the left actually looks like it's something that could just appear in Star Wars. But these figures actually look best when you dim the lights, because the lights inside them really do add an extra level of detail to them. And I've got two different lighting options. So the one on the right is the one where you switch it on and just leave it on. The one on the left you actually have to tap the figure, and each time you tap it those flashing lights are activated. I think it really does add an extra level to these toys. If I need to change the batteries in these droids in future, then both of the heads are still detachable and I can easily access both battery packs. Also, the heads are fully rotatable because of the way I have attached them. They're not firmly held in place, but they are held in place enough that you could certainly play and pose these figures. If you have any ideas what these droids should be called, then please do leave some comments below. I'm open to suggestions, but R6TP, something like that. Let me know what you think. So I do need to say a massive thank you to Joshua from Space Age Design for sending over these junk figures for me to work on. If you want to grab some of the perfect figures for yourself, then do head to his website. And also, if you want to grab some of these custom stickers, he has those for sale as well. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you really enjoyed it and want to help me out here at toy-polloi, then why not think about becoming a patron of the channel? You get early access to all of my restoration videos, plus access to an exclusive video series called On the Cutting Mat, where I show projects and restorations that you won't see anywhere else.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos.